you don't know how hard you're able to push and what you're capable of until it's literally all on the line. Like actually on the line. Like I could go down, like period, right? If I could go back to my 19-year-old self, I would say you're built for it. You can, like, pressure's gonna be a lot, but it's not gonna break you. Only unless you let it break you, right? And just don't invest into anyone fully. Like, don't ever like let someone else control you. Like, that is the golden key. Be sure through video, through an engaging format, that you can show your journey, show quickly like where you were, where you are now, what you've been able to do, what you are good at, and your credibility. And then you establish that off the bat. Got it to like 1250, 1500 a day on average, or some days I was hitting 2, right? And then some days it would even go a little higher. But then though all that was great, I started making 30, 35, sometimes 40 a month.
Christian Guzman, welcome to The Game Plan.
Rob Lipset, thanks for having me, man.
No worries at all. We spend a lot of time with each other. We travel around the world with each other. We're always together, but we rarely actually get to sit down and have an in-depth conversation. So tell me, how are you doing truly right now? How is everything right now?
Man, I'm overall couldn't be happier with that. Like, obviously, things are always a balancing act, right? And this year, I recently committed to 10 big goals. So it's my first, like, getting into this next decade of YouTube and everything. So, having to be back this week has been awesome. Just like a huge sort of like relief of just like feeling comfortable, and just trying to balance, travel and focusing on prep while being away, right? Yeah. But it's kind of funny. You realize, like, just because you leave this like stressful kind of environment, at times you kind of get away, you always can't get away from your shit, right? And so it's a nice kind of reminder, like, the grass isn't always greener, just kind of going away and doing this and like shutting off, because you still got to manage your shit, right? So that's kind of in the overall, that's sort of what I'm dealing with right now, but it's good.
All right. And what do you think of Europe versus the USA? Come on.
Europe is... it's great.
But this man hates leaving.
Bigger in Texas.
This man hates leaving. Never mind Texas. You hate leaving Sugarland.
I'll say, man, I've really it makes me realize how much I've made my life as like a lot of the smaller things, like the trash cans and this and that, like just like as convenient as possible, like as efficient as possible. Just so, and it's wild, like, it's just very different. And Marbella is so different than Dublin. Yeah. Right? It's so different everywhere, I feel like. Yeah. Here in Europe. So
Christian misses his trash cans. That's it. He just wants to get back.
Can.
Yeah. Oscar the Grouch just wants to get back to his American trash cans. So how would you describe this current era of your life? You're prepping again, and you're someone that doesn't need to prep. Okay, you don't need to. You don't need to like make it anymore. So what brings you back to competing? Not only every second year, every single year. What brings you back to stepping on stage?
It's funny. I think that I'm the least myself when I let myself just get too deep into the weeds with work. Right, and too deep into the weeds with people, into the HR, just all the growing pains that come along with business and stuff like that. I'll go so deep in and so hard on that I end up just like sacrificing my health, sacrificing sleep, sacrificing like myself for other people, essentially, right? So prep is the only thing that reels me in. So prep and making videos. So it's kind of wild. It's almost like the opposite. Like, I need it more than it needs me now. Right, so it's an interesting kind of dynamic, and I think this is a big shift in just like shift in the life. This is a different phase of life, second phase, right? Yeah. So I think it's the first phase showed me where I'm truly happiest and like most in the moment is when I'm doing those things. Yeah. Right, and it's wild. It's like an opposite effect. I need it,
Yeah, I obviously just finished my prep as well, and it was my first time prepping in
feel electrified.
Years. Honestly, this is a big step. I'm the happiest I've ever been. actually am, like Linda will even, you know, tell you that now. She's nodding in the back. It's so weird that when guys like us as well, our personality type, when we don't push ourselves in the kitchen, in the gym, in business, I was about to say in the bedroom. I mean sleep-wise.
Challenge yourself, Rob. Do something different.
Come on. But when we don't have that routine, when we don't, you know, really make sure everything's dialed in, I think guys like us, we get lost, we get led astray, and we go a little bit crazy.
What's your outlet? Do you have an outlet? Other than it's fitness, right? It's the gym.
Yeah, it's the gym. It truly is. You know, I hate to say be so basic.
It can get tough with us, like being our job, right? To like relate it around the gym, filming this, that. Like, so I don't know. I think the outlet is essentially it's the getting back to the true outlet of. You know, if it's training or if it's making video or if it's whatever, like brainstorming content, like for me, that was the outlet and that was the passion as well, which maybe I don't have I'm going to go paint art for 10 hours. Yeah.
Sounds lame.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I think it's good for us to, you know, every once in a while, just be sure that we're doing something for ourselves and for our, like, you know, people zen, you know, do all this kind of whatever. It's like, I need prep.
Yeah. I think we had a conversation.
I need an upload schedule, like, and I'm good to go.
We had a conversation in the car the other day about reading, and you're like, I don't fucking read.
I don't fucking read anything. I read a book in second grade. Man, I don't have the attention span, right? And prep just, it makes you slow down, man, really. Like, it makes you slow down. You know, the cardio time is my time to actually, like, watch YouTube videos and not work. I'm watching videos that, like, are take me to a different place. As I get closer to, like, show, I kind of mute all notifications on, like, certain things that will be distracting to me and just, like, be more on the do not disturb mode for more of my day, and just kind of be in control of the day.
Yeah. You know? What's your daily routine looking like with prep and everything?
With prep, I'm sleeping pretty much every night, which is great.
Are you now?
No, I am. Yeah. And I'm honestly, like, I log every single day if I don't sleep, what the reason was real quick, like a quick little brief thing. But I'm sleeping great. Even if I'm going to bed super late, where I could just get up and start working at like 4:30, 5 in the morning. If I'm still like tossing in, I'll still be sure I just go to sleep. And when I wake up, that's when I'll start. So at least I'm getting something. Right?
Yeah.
Which is a big improvement from the previous years during Alphalete.
Yeah. Oh, typical fucking construction begins. Should be all right. But so you wake up at what time?
So right now I'm waking up about 7, I'd say 7:30, which is like great on average. There's obviously some like 2 or 3 days a week I wake up earlier than the weekdays, but say 4:30. Yeah. But I like to take my time in the morning. Yeah. Right? So I really just like, if I do that 4:30 wake up, I'll ease in, take like an hour and a half shower, don't check my phone, you know, just go down, make my breakfast, take Nala for a walk. Like that's my time to get moving, start work at like 8:30 or so. Yeah. Like to start before everyone gets there at 9. Okay. 9 a.m. chaos.
Yeah. And then so like what is the first thing you like would tackle in terms of work? Like what is your actual day, your workload looking like as a CEO of Alphalete?
So it's different on prep versus off, and filming versus not filming. Okay. Because as I'm filming, getting everything uploaded, and just committing to like giving myself time and sleeping and things, I don't go to the office I literally don't clock into work until 2:30 p.m. because
slacker.
Fired. So I wake up and I work from home. Right, I have a little space at home, noise canceling headphones, only way I can work. And I just it's really computer work, but really the biggest thing, I don't take any meetings. I don't let anybody schedule anything. Nothing goes on my calendar unless I'm putting it on if it's before 12, right? Yeah. And that's every day of the week. That's been a new thing for me. And that's hard to do. It's really hard to do when you have so many people like actually need you for very valid reasons, right? But just being selfish with it, this is my time and most of the time I am doing design. I'm doing manufacture. I'm doing that type, all the busy computer work. The number spreadsheet, which is like my holy grail, you know, like all of that stuff. I've seen it. And for me, it's like the design stuff and that's just as important, aka production, ordering the clothes. If that doesn't happen, everything else, that feeds everything. Yeah, it's the anchor of your day. Exactly. And it's easy to kind of let all these meetings, shit like that, they get you behind on that, right? So for me, if I prioritize that, that's what usually in the mornings. Work out at 12:15 every day. no phone. That's the rule.
Yeah, you confiscated my phone the other day.
Rob's
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
It's a different type.
You're right.
It's good though, yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, it keeps you thinking about what you should be thinking about.
Yeah.
Right? And 12:15, finish up at 2. I'm all showered and everything by 2. Start work at 2:30.
Yeah. And then so 2:30 until
That's my people time.
That's your people time. Yeah, because I've seen you in the gym. You're getting pulled in every direction.
In the office, it's like just and I've come to realize like I don't go to the office to work. I go to the office for my people.
Yeah.
So at times from 2:30 until like 8.
Okay.
And then that's my time to work with my people I'm hiring, work with the managers, work with, and just do that type of work. I don't try to get my laptop out and like get quiet time at the office. Like those days are over and I accept it. Right.
Yeah.
So, but now allocating and just being clear with people, training people to build their teams, working with them on like what I want to see, expectations, like writing things down. Right. That's like really the main focus of my work day now. So morning to myself, whatever work I need to do, whatever YouTube videos I need to do, workout 12:15, in office, ready to go by 2:30 until 8. I'm there for everybody. Me and Heidi hang out at 8:30, 9.
Yeah.
And then, repeat.
Chill out. Nice. Okay.
And I chill it.
That's pretty balanced.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
That feels pretty. Mom comes and brings lunch up every day, some ground beef, some chicken, whatever, the summer shredding menu at Alphalete's, and I do my day.
That's a good day. Like and would you say that's your dream day? Like your ideal day?
That's a damn good dream day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so.
And if I'm ever just chilling all day, I can't, I like to think I don't like the people building part, but I know I do.
Yeah.
Right. I know I do. And I would miss it if it was gone. And if I continue doing that, then I will have more time to myself and be a little less pulled. So got to do it.
Yeah. And so you're always like, surrounded by other people, be it Nabil 24/7 or, Alphalete members. Do you ever just want to be on your own and just detach?
So I think out of anybody that I know, I think I have the least amount of like one-on-one time with myself. Yeah. Like truly. But again, I feel like I know this is definitely like a kind of phase with Alphalete, at least a big beast to get systems operating and stuff like that. And I choose to do the video. I choose to get help. I choose to build a media team and want whoever I'm working with to stay with me, things like that. Yeah. Like, because I want to document. And ultimately, though I could say, I wish I had more alone time. It's like I'm in control of my own situation. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself introverted or extroverted? Yeah.
Definitely introverted.
Yeah. I'm the same. People.
I can turn it on though.
Yeah. People think like, oh, Rob's the most extroverted guy ever. Christian.
Rob's an introvert.
I'm telling you. So the definition, I believe, of an introvert versus extrovert is where you get your energy from. So I expend a lot of energy when I'm with other people, but I gather all my energy when I'm on my own. Like yesterday, I had to just completely, Linda chilled at home. I went to that gym, Elements that you went to last night. I didn't record my workout. And I just completely shut off. That's actually my favorite time. Yeah. Is when I'm working out, but I'm not thinking about content. I'm not thinking about the angles.
Yeah, and that's hard for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Rob's like I'll say like I'll like look over. You're like booking something or navigating. You're always like doing something.
Exactly. Yeah. So when my shut off time is. That's where I get my energy from. Go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
But you like being alone.
Yeah, I do.
And how do you do in meetups or meet and greets and things like that?
That I like. So that's where I expend a lot of my energy. Like you've seen me at an expo, my voice always goes. And I love that.
Is it draining for you to do something because for Max, for example, it doesn't tire him out.
Yeah, it tires.
That's how it tires me out. Like crazy.
Yeah, I feel if someone comes up to me and they're like, "Hey, I lost this much weight, I gained this much muscle, I did this, I did that." If I don't give them 100%, I feel guilty. I feel really bad.
Yeah.
And so, the expo days, remember them.
I feel like those with every conversation I have throughout the day, right? It's like you want to give every conversation as much energy as you can. And naturally, when you do that, people think I'm the most friendly conversational guy. But I've always got something I always kind of look for those moments to be alone. Yeah. When I can, as much as, it's a good balance.
We've completely jumped straight into the Alphalete universe, but I want to strip it back to humble beginnings. And I want to discover how you started this whole ecosphere, this whole world, the Alphalete world. Okay. So I want to go back, right? We're in the college dorm now, right? What got you into the gym? What was that first entrepreneurial thing that you ever did? Cause you didn't get a big investment,
no,
you know,
zero.
exactly zero. So tell people how you did that. Like that's absolutely unicorn stuff.
First entrepreneurial investment. Honestly, I would say the first thing I ever did for myself in general was starting guitar lessons. Right.
Okay.
That was
strange.
Before college.
Yeah.
That was in high school. Before I even had my license. I was a guitar player. I was in a band, and I applied at Mr. Car Wash. Right. They said they didn't call me back. So I've never had a job. Right. And so I was really like in high school. I've never been hired. I've never done an interview. I've never been interviewed. I mean, like ever. Like, I'm
gonna interview you now.
Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
I've never gotten a call saying, "Hey, you got it," like whatever. Like I've never had that. So.
I had that for like when I was like working in like Hollister and like retail and shit.
That didn't work out for me.
Come on, can we get this guy his job in Hollister? Yeah.
Abercrombie, not a chance. Right?
We're jacked now. Come on.
And they went to Hollister. I think they liked me, but then apparently I didn't answer the phone call. You know, and I just like never got a call back. So it's all right. But essentially, my first venture was guitar lessons. So I printed out flyers. I was like, this is the only way I'm going to make some damn money, right? Because nothing else seemed to be working out.
Yeah.
So kind of taking that initiative to just, I guess you could say think outside the box, but for me, it wasn't thinking outside the box. It was like, this is the only thing I'm good at.
Yeah.
This is the only
option.
Like, yeah, and I had always gotten guitar lessons, you know, like growing up. So I was like, I'll just do what he did. He came to my house. We paid him $15 every 30 minutes, right? I'll charge 20, 25, you know, and do a number where I can get a little tip, you know, like 25 and you want to give it 30, you know, or 40. And from there, I had booked out like 8 clients, right? From just handing out flyers. Hey, you have a little brother, little sister. I'm starting this guitar. I'll come to you. You don't have to do shit. Like 30-minute or an hour sesh, and I'll be in and out once a week. And I was making like, what was that, 40 times like 8.
I got it.
1, 2, 16, 30, 320, 300, about $300 a week.
Okay.
Right? Solid cash.
Absolutely
cash.
solid.
Fucking
there you go. Tax free, baby.
Boom, boom, boom. Was able to buy I bought like rims on my car, you know, all this stupid shit. But that was the first thing. And then the second thing was the coaching. Getting the Square app, calling for credit cards, and doing literally like adjustments to macros with a meal plan. But every meal is like, the macros and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. How did you sign your first client, like first fitness client? Because I say there's a lot of guys watching this who want to be PTs, you know, they want to do coaching.
It's probably different now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you don't have to hand out flyers.
Yeah, you don't have to hand out flyers.
Yeah, you got a phone.
Back then, it was like I would literally just answer emails for free, right?
Yeah.
Same email, Christian Guzman Fitness at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
And like from there, I just answer people. And then my dad was like, why don't you start charging? Because I was spending so much time doing it. And from there, I was like, oh, if I charge something, I need to level that up a bit and kind of create something. So I created I remember I called the guy because, he said, hey, I want to buy one. I said, here's my number, call me. And through the app, you have to type in the credit card. So I'm like on speakerphone, like,
yes. Yeah, you're like, don't mess up.
You got it. And it went through. First transaction, right? Didn't have my business account set up. Didn't have anything like that. It was all just, but I made a sale. Yeah. And that's all that mattered.
Good feeling.
That feeling just like then it was a game. It was like, okay, now I need 2 today. I want to try to get 2. I'm going to try to get, and I want to be sure I don't lose that one. I want to give them the best experience, be sure like they get good reviews, right?
Yes.
And like and that was the mentality. And then opening up to like a weekly check-in basis, right? That was the 90-day transformation, I named it.
Yeah.
That's when summer shredding started on YouTube. And that's when I started doing a higher ticket item. So instead of $59, I was charging, was it $279?
Yeah.
I had like a $189 and a $279, an 8-week or a 12, I think.
I did something similar as well.
And then I was like, okay, sell 3 of these a day. I mean, like $600 a day, right? $600 a day. Sell like 2 or 3 of the one-offs, right? Okay, $700 a day. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can get to. That's like $15K a month. Wait, I'm making 6 figures. If you start doing the math, you're like, wait, how much am I making? This can't be legal. Yeah, right? This can't be legal. And
do you know one of my favorite graphs, and it's so simple, and I feel like a bit of an idiot saying this, but it helped me so much. Have you ever seen like the calculations on how much what you need to do to make $1 million per year. It's like you need to get like 20 people paying you X amount, or you need to get 100 people to pay you X amount. I'll put it on the screen. It's like it shows every way that you can make $1 million per year. You know, you can get 1,000 people, you know, paying you 1,000 or whatever. It breaks down every way, and just the simple maths behind it, like what you just said there. When you have that, it's so simple. But when I saw that, I said, oh, this is what I'm going to do. You know, for my app, for example, you know, I'll charge $39 per month, and then all I need is X amount of clients. Yeah. And so when you did that, you know, that's like, you see it in front of you, and then you
see it there, and you see you're doing it. Then you're like, how can I sustain it?
Yeah.
That's question number 2, right? Like, can I keep this up? And can I go a little, what's like the average? She's like, this is probably just a good month. This has to be a good month.
Yeah.
Right? This has to be a wild card. But then you kind of then you start breaking down. Okay, here's my sponsor, like any brand deal, sponsorships, commission stuff.
Yeah,
that's one table. All right, one column, one row. A row.
Yeah, row's nice.
And then you kind of break down. All right, my only expenses are my laptop, my food, just like literally basic expenses, right? Yeah. And time, which obviously when you're starting your own thing, it's like fuck my time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right. It's endless, right? And then yeah, man, it started hitting 1K a month. Then it started hitting like. Or 1K a day, sorry. Yeah. Got it to like 1,250, 1,500 a day on average. Or some days I was hitting 2, right? And then some days it would even go a little higher. But then though all that was great, you know, I started making 30, 35, sometimes 40 a month, $40,000 at 19.
That's crazy.
But then that all came with responsibility, right?
Yeah.
And so this is when, though these months it was great, I had to eventually like start limiting how much I could take, because it was all, I was, you know, 8 weeks or 12 weeks, these people were, you know, continuing on, and it was all text message, it was all SMS, like, so, and I didn't want to do email, so it was guaranteed responses within 24 hours or less at all times. Text me anytime, anything you need, weekly check-ins, but I'm not responsible for following up with you. Yeah. Like, you need to send your check-in, or else, like, I'm literally not going to baby you.
Yeah,
right.
That's fair.
That was when they signed up. They signed. I agree. And probably about 30% of people would drop off after a few weeks, right?
Yeah,
and fair. It's like, that's on you. We're all adults here.
Yep.
Right? But yeah, it led to a point where like I was so overwhelmed, man, with like I was never caught up.
Yeah, you never clear the inbox.
Never cleared the inbox. You can't, right? Yeah. Especially when it's that kind of ongoing.
And just you.
Oh yeah. I refuse to have anybody help me with coaching. Yeah. Because I just felt morally like, you know, incorrect.
Would have been interesting if you went down like the coaching route. You know the way there's some people out there, YouTubers, and it's like they don't have a clothing brand. They just go all in on coaching, and you know they make millions. You know, it's interesting that could have been you, but you went the Alphalete route. Okay, so you're in college. You know, you drop out. So what were you studying?
Health and fitness management.
Damn, that's kind of like applicable.
Yeah, it is, but then I only got through like I went to a really like private kind of higher bougie school the first year because the girls were hot.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I followed that.
Nice. Follow the tail.
And then from there, just like didn't fit. It was all fraternity, sorority. Greek life was huge. Like I was just into like watching motivational Eric Thomas speeches, right?
Greg
Plitt. You know, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, just on repeat.
Remember that one.
Just on repeat, bro. Like over and over. Like Les Brown, just all of those guys, like just those speeches I would save them as audios, just listen every single day. Ingrained in my head. And then from there, yeah, man, I forgot where I was going with that.
Yeah. So you're coaching and you got the money, and then how did you dropped out, and then what made you start Alphalete?
So with Alphalete, I kind of started doing the CG Fitness merch for probably like, I want to say like maybe a year it lasted, where I was doing just printing on, you know, good quality t-shirts, blanks. And I was doing $5,000 to $8,000 a drop every few weeks. So I was like, okay, that's good. But Max Schuning had a fellow YouTuber friend, right?
I miss Max. Shout out Max. He should be here.
He launched the Ever Forward shirt that was mint green spandex. It was super. It was great quality, better than anything I could have, any of the blanks that I could print on, right? So I was like, I want to print on like something like that, right? Asked him for manufacturer, said nope. Cool, all right, no problem. Reached out to my own, and the goal was to just build a brand that didn't have the, you know, Rob Lipset on the chest. Right?
Yes, yeah.
And that started the clothing brand, man, honestly.
Yeah. And do you think that to become an entrepreneur, you need to have a certain stomach for it? Do you think anyone can do it, or do you think it needs to be a special type of person?
I think you definitely need to have something. I'm a big jumper. And to be fair, that there's like, you can be a big jumper or you could be the super like analytical, more cautious, like numbers type. There's so many different types of entrepreneur you could be. And a lot of they can all work, but I don't think everyone's meant for it because it stresses a lot of people. I mean, it's all risk. It's all on you, right?
Yeah. How do you deal with that risk and that stress?
I'd rather it be on me than anyone else, If I fail, I'd rather it come down to me.
Yeah.
And at least just like be able to, just because I know I'll continue trying, right? I'll find a way to make something out of nothing, or something to continue growing.
Yeah.
You could wipe it clean right now and I could build something back up. It may not be exactly the same. It may not be as successful, but I can build a successful thing from nothing.
Yeah. There's so many people out there that they want to start a business. They've got a good entrepreneurial mindset, but they just can't figure out what they want to start. What is your advice for somebody who wants to figure out what to do?
So I do want to say there's nothing wrong with not being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Like you can
a lot of benefits.
You can be a lot of benefits, but with that said, you don't ever get to shut off, right? That's part of the job, right? You can never clock out because if you do, I mean, especially when you have people dependent on you, right?
Yeah.
But what was the question?
How do you figure out what business to start?
When thinking about how to start a business, the number one tip, right? Look for a problem in your day. That's it.
Yeah.
Look for an inconvenience. Look for it's an annoying thing that you have to always like, I have to go and grab this energy. I'm spending so much money getting these. Like, I wish it would make me feel so bloated.
Yeah.
There's a problem, bloating, right? How do I make something same without bloating? Cool. You just try to find this little phone holder, right? How do you just little things you wish you had, or I wish this did that. I wish did that, this did that. And maybe it's a creative mind. Maybe it's you wanted a protein pancake, right? That had macros that were not too high, that were just less texture-y or.
And I didn't need 10 ingredients laid out in the counter.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Convenience.
You want to pre-work instead of buying the citrulline malate and the creatine monohydrate and the beta-alanine. Put it in one, right? There's a supplement brand. It's wild, but it's usually really simple things and simple solutions equate to huge businesses if you market it right and get people behind it, right?
Boom! That is a fucking clip.
That's a reel.
That's a reel right there. Nabil's getting all the reels in. So right, we have Alphalete.
Your veins are popping, bro.
Yeah, I'm inspired to think that was a lovely one. But so we have Alphalete, right? And then you moved on to the gym. Mm-hmm. What made you want to open up the biggest gym in America? And did you ever think when you were 19 in the college dorm, how fucking crazy?
Signing up for checking off health. Okay, so checking off health and fitness management when I was signing up in college, right?
Fast forward
to having Alphalete.
Biggest gym in America.
That's wild.
Come on.
That's wild.
How does that make you feel?
You got goosebumps, actually. It's wild. It's you don't ever think health and fitness management, I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to manage a fitness facility, right? Come to find out that's not what that was really about. But regardless, that was the goal, to own a small spot and have training, right? So I'm living the dream, bro. That's why I can't complain. It's I don't say I'm tired. I don't say I'm this. I don't say, I need a moment. No, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, you never.
I'm fucking living, bro. I could be exhausted one day. Yeah, you could see it in my eyes, right? Or you could see I'm just kind of out of it. But I'm choosing to be there every single day, and I love being there, right? I love what I'm able to do. So grateful.
Yeah, you're truly about that life. And so tell me, what were the biggest challenges in building the biggest gym in America?
Not knowing shit about construction, and also I'm the type that I'll literally, as decisive as I try to be, right? I'm not going to make my decision until I exhaust every possibility and every option. Right. So until every stone, I turn it over, see what's under, okay, that's the one. I need to be sure that this is the best of the best. This is what I want the most. I want to see what this looks like. Okay, never mind. We'll go back to this one. And so that's that process that I have to go through with designing clothes or designing anything. Just that mixed with not knowing about construction and just anything of what was possible, what was not. Costs, material costs, labor, like COVID, right?
Yeah.
All of that stuff, just permits, right? Yeah, all of that stuff just combined into a 21, 22 month process of just not being open with a $110,000 mortgage due, $2 million down to get the land, right? $110,000 a month coming out after that. That's no furniture, that's no construction, that's no nothing. That's just to have that blank canvas, right?
110 a month.
Plus, I mean that's before any expense. That's before any.
What's the total cost?
20 million.
20 million to build the biggest gym in America.
Yeah. And I got the building for 8.5, which is wild because that property is worth way more. And it was worth about 10, right?
Yeah.
10.5. Now that property, with just what I've done to the property, 18 million.
Damn.
Appraisal. Yeah.
So you
just
like
the exterior.
Yeah, so you kind of flipped it.
I flipped it. Yeah.
That's insane. So 20 million to build the biggest gym in America.
20 million.
Yeah. And what's your have you any
could have been less.
Yeah. You did not cut any corners.
20, that's also Alphalete headquarters.
Yeah.
It's headquarters. It's a combo building, so it's gym, headquarters. I'm leasing out 2 spaces to Shali, Forward, Max. And
fuel cake soon.
Fuel cake soon.
Yeah. I need to show you the finished product.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah. I got it in the kitchen. Yeah. But so when you were building it, did you ever have days where you're like, is this going to fucking work?
Oh, every day. Every day. And it was just me in a shack, bro. And that was it. Like it was, And that was, I don't talk about it too much, but that was definitely like in the middle of that was because I was from the outside, he's in the trenches building Alphalete.
Yeah.
Little did everyone know, like 85 to 90% of my time was still going to Alphalete. And at every single moment, manufacturing, sampling, getting product. Because like I said, if the clothes don't happen, if we're not leveling that up, and we didn't have designers or anything, not at all. Like that was just me, right? So making women's gear too. Like what the fuck? What do I know? Like what do I know? Right, so that took so much.
Good ass.
Love it. You just let it out.
Yeah. Got thrown out there.
Yeah, but like that was so much of the time, and that like I had to be alone to be able to operate at that level. And my nights were designing Alphalete. My days were, Alphalete and any Alphalete, like anything I had to do on site for that. But yeah, it was just a never-ending cycle. It felt like never-ending, but it came to. I knew it would come to an end. That's why I kept pushing. It lasted longer than I thought it would, that phase, but I wouldn't take anything back, I really wouldn't.
Do you think it really toughened you the fuck up?
Bro, you don't know how hard you're able to push and what you're capable of until it's literally all on the line. Like actually on the line. Like I could go down, like period, right? When that shit's draining and you're projecting out 12, 14, 16 months ahead on clothing deposits, and then things aren't coming in time, things are getting held up and you have to hold a whole ass like season, right? Because you don't have certain things from manufacturing. Like that shit was without accurate like accounting and metrics, numbers, without clear visibility of where you're at, and without clear visibility of like what's exactly due in tax.
Yeah.
Shit's wild.
Man.
But there's just like a gut feeling of, all right, we're gonna be good. Like it's fine. I just have to navigate, this, we're golden. And I know I have my backup. I've been working on putting away. Like that's always there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to touch it, but worst case, fucking pull it. Bring it in, put it in, like all in, bro. And I didn't have to do that, but like I knew I could. And that was wild because like all the employees, the word was getting around. That it's not going to open. It's not going to open. It's not going to open. It's not going to happen. We're going to go out of. Then people get in their head, and if I wasn't aware they were talking, I can't go end the chat, right?
Yeah.
So just that negativity, that kind of toxic like feeling, especially during COVID, bro. Everyone's just like
everyone's down
on edge already, right? Like this, and then you don't hear from the CEO, right? What's happening? Like we're going down.
The ship is going down.
So everyone jumped. And I didn't know. I was like, what the fuck is it? What is good? Everyone fucking, but it was too late at that point. It was already like the words were already said, and all this kind of stuff. So it was like, guys, we're fucked. Like the signs, this is happening. Alphalete's okay. Like the launches are here. We have a launch next week. What are we doing? We need to get back on pay. Like, and so it was a big sort of wake up for me. But that was definitely like losing that chunk of the team. Probably like 35-40% of the team, but it was a lot of like one big player going out trickles into endless, just like, amounts of chaos, but we did it.
Fuck me.
Turned it around.
How did you get all this self-belief and confidence? How do you think you build confidence?
Day by day, I think, honestly. Like day by day, from making that guitar flyer to getting a client, to making that first sale with fitness, which is what I wanted to do, to uploading that first video. Right, to hitting 10K on YouTube, 100, just like little moments like that. Just, like I knew I've never failed at anything because I just keep trying. Yeah. Right. So it's like I knew I wasn't going to fail at it. Right.
I think the way confidence is built is, so I think it was Jordan Peterson who said you push the boat out a little bit further every time. So set yourself a small goal, stick to it. Achieve it, right? No matter what. Set yourself a slightly bigger goal, get it done. It doesn't matter if you fail a couple times, get it done. And you keep going until you're achieving these fucking huge goals. Like, building these massive gyms, creating your dream life to the point where you actually just believe you can do anything. Bro. And then they're the people that change the game.
And it's not just a leap of faith. You're not guessing. You have this like log of just like accumulated, literally like wins. Got a W, all right, win, like built up over time, but that it's all like scalable, right? Yeah. It's all, So I mean, failure isn't an option just because I'm not going to stop trying, right? Yeah. You only fail when you stop trying.
If you could tell yourself 3 things before starting Alphalete and Alphaland, what would they be? Just go back in time. You'd be like, hey, heads up.
Heads up. Oh man, that's a good one. Because I want to say, nothing. Like I want. That's what I want to say. But like, if I could go back to my 19-year-old self, I would say, you're built for it. You can, like, pressure is going to be a lot, but it's not going to break you. Only unless you let it break you, right? And just don't invest into anyone fully. Like, don't ever like let someone else control you, right? Yeah. Which. That's huge, man. If you ever have any single person or job or anything that's in control of your strings, or if that puppet master lets go, and you're fucked, right? Literally, like even you fall apart because of that. You have to be in control of your strings, right? So as long as you're in charge, then you're good.
Man, I haven't spoke about this on YouTube yet, but I told you, I just had that moment with Fuel Cakes that, I had the puppet masters, I said, hey, this is not working out. There's a breakdown in communications. I'll just, take the manufacturers there and I'll go do my thing. They go, nope, you're going to have a manufacturer. Yep. So I'm like, all right. I'll just go fuck off then. But look, now we got a manufacturer in Ireland, much better one as well. But just when you said that, I'm like, that
people are problems, bro.
Literally happened to me. You got to be in control.
Yeah, and I always tell people, like, careful, like go very cautiously when thinking about partners, when you're starting things, when you're thinking about, if you can learn how to do whatever you don't. If there's a missing piece, if I'm really good at this and I'm good at marketing, but I don't know how to work the store shop, that doesn't mean you need a partner, right? Yeah. I would recommend starting the store, trying to learn some basics of it, and use the Shopify experts that you're paying for. Or maybe like bring a consultant in, pay him a few thousand, right, to help you get to X point, but explain and walk you through what he's doing and how, right? And of course, that's at the startup phase, right? You don't want to start hiring all these employees and stuff like that when you don't really know if you can really keep them busy long enough and have enough responsibility and enough things for them to have to do. But just learning anything that you don't, or having general understanding, even negotiation with the UPS, with DHL, or I'm sitting in those high level meetings all the time. I'm asking the hard questions, right? I'm asking the questions and making it
learning.
You have to learn. If you don't know it, then you're just gonna have somebody like taking a piece of something from you. Yeah, really. Yeah. And that doesn't mean to micromanage every single detail of every step of everything, you're really good at, you're really good at like, you know, I say the approved kind of thing. Like I admire people like that because it's like you're so confident in that, and I feel like I'm sometimes slow and I'm like indecisive, right? But like, yeah, man, it's a fine balance of just trying not to micromanage, but also move forward.
Yeah.
You know?
And so you mentioned marketing there. Just a quick one. What are the main sources of traffic for Alphalete?
Instagram.
Really? Yeah.
Instagram's like number one, like 70-something% is all through IG, which is wild.
What about YouTube and TikTok?
TikTok's like, bro, people like, no, TikTok's great for visibility and for visibility.
Yeah.
Right. But if it converts, unless you're doing content that's like very vlog-esque, very like full day of eatings, you're talking, you're showing, like you're cutting those clips into a day in the life, like this, that's how you can build that following, and that will convert. But I'm truly like YouTube. This goes for conversion, for marketing. If you're looking to hire influencers for a brand, whatever, right? Or if you are an influencer, and if you put your time and attention as an influencer on YouTube, number one, number two, IG, stories, specifically, like a lot of stories, a lot of video content, but you can always play off of your YouTube content.
Yeah.
So if you
it all trickles
YouTube
down,
you can cut it up, make short form stuff on IG, right? Then you go into, I would say, IG, then I would go TikTok, and then I would go, that's really all. That's all that matters.
So
then you
funny.
can post on Snap, then you can kind of do all that. But like YouTube is number one. If you keep YouTube one, and I mean I could be wrong, but from what I've seen convert, YouTube.
Bro, I hit 30K on TikTok today.
I'm at 12 and a half.
Yeah, no, we're too old for the app. But I hit 30K today, right? And I literally said this morning, when I hit 30K subscribers on YouTube, I could quit my fucking job.
Yeah.
When I
had 18K subscribers and I was making crazy money.
Man, crazy.
Yeah.
When I hit 30K on TikTok, did it improve my business by a single %? Not one. It didn't impact anything.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like, I think to make any dent on your business with TikTok, you need like 300,000 minimum, which shows kind of the impact of it. I'm not, I know people kill on TikTok and everything, but it's just so funny.
If you're going for view, it's just like, it's great.
Yeah.
But you just have to be sure with the view, you're tying in your personality. That's what it all comes down to, right?
Yeah.
If you tie that in personality and then whatever and usefulness, you need some about like, what are you giving this viewer? Is it just like damn shot?
Yeah.
Or is it like all right, he's shredded, right?
Yeah.
That's sick, cool body. But are you giving any nuggets there?
Yeah.
To take home with them?
Yeah.
And if you give nuggets at anything, any platform, that's how you'll start kind of gaining traction.
Yeah, there's some of the best coaches I know, and they've got like, 10, 15K on Instagram, and it's just like amazing information. Yeah. Like, it's like super evidence-based, really applicable, and they're doing like 10, 20, 30K easy profit a month in coaching, just because they're so knowledgeable that people will build that trust. And you know, a word I love as well, building authority. Yeah. That's a good one, isn't it? Like, once you have an authority. Yeah. Building authority. Yeah, exactly. Once you have that, then people are so much more likely to trust in you. Yeah. So let's say you're sponsoring an Alphalete athlete like myself, we're filming here. What are you going to look for on their profiles and their day-to-day life, or them as a person even?
Number one, like, really, you can't tell shit from stories. That's the thing. Like, from finding somebody brand new and you go click their story, maybe they have a few pictures or something, you can kind of tell, but you can't get their story. Yeah. The reason I love YouTube, when you click that link to take you to the YouTube channel, the channel trailer or whatever, like that first video that comes up and plays automatically, that's your opportunity to say, this is who I am and what I do, what I've done, what I'm going to do. Yeah. Right. And this is my journey. This is what I can provide to you. Right. You have to establish that without having to say it. Right. So I always recommend, like, I mean, if you're serious, if you establish something and you have some income, like, invest into and constantly up. That's always my videos, right? That's always that one badass banger that I make every few years. That's that one. That one's the first thing that plays. That's what I send to anyone who's new, anyone who doesn't understand. If you can recap in a few minutes, that right there is the golden. I don't think I've ever said this, but like, that is the golden key be sure through video, through an engaging format, that you can show your journey, show quickly like where you were, where you are now, what you've been able to do, what you are good at, and your credibility, and then you establish that off the bat, right? You could do it by saying, "Hi, welcome to the video. I'm Christian Guzman. I own Alphalete Athletics. We did over 100 blah blah blah." You could do that, fine, but I think like a storytelling, really like just nicely shot, easy to watch and easy to relate kind of video has the most impact out of anything. I mean, why do we love like these documentaries on HBO?
Yeah.
Why do we love these like these really great TV shows? Because we're attached to those characters, right? And that's it. It's just emotion, man, and it's real. So I totally went off a tangent there.
So we're talking about YouTube and the fitness industry there. What do you think of the current state of the fitness industry? Has it taken a turn for the worse? What do you think of the current trends going on?
You know, I heard Nick Wright say something the other day.
I liked his video. I watched it. Yeah, the fitness. I really liked it.
A good point.
I loved it.
He said he said something along the lines of, it's like fashion. The fitness industry it's like any industry, right? There's trends. Things are going to come. Things are going to go. Things are going to come back. Things are going to cycle through, right? Yeah. And right now, everything is quick. Eventually, people are going to want things to kind of slow down a bit, right? To digest stuff, right? And eventually, then it's going to go. It's just like full on cycle. You can't ever like, oh, I don't like the direction of the fitness. Like, okay, then go change it. Then go work on, do your own style and see and make it take over, right? Or like just keep doing you. If you don't like what they're doing, just don't do what they're doing. Yeah. Like, I try not to adapt to anybody else. So like, I don't know. I do the same shit. Just like now I'm breaking it up in the short form as well.
Yeah.
You know? And
I've been liking the short form.
Or adapt in that sense, but like to creating more to be sure like you're still hitting those eyeballs, but like the videos don't change. The way I film doesn't change. The way the message doesn't change. It's just, yeah, there's new kids on the block, new people. That's great. And I hope they fucking kill it. And I would hope they they can ask if they want to ask any advice or questions. Like, I'd love to help them. Skip some steps. If you can.
Yeah. But how long do you think you're going to be doing YouTube for, or social media in general?
That's a good question. YouTube at least 9.5 more years.
Yeah,
because I committed.
Awesome.
So we got like 985 videos to make.
Fuck. That's right. 985 more.
Yeah. I think I'm on like episode 15 or 15 out of 1,000 so far.
Is that including shorts?
No.
Long form only. What's the plan for that? What's the game plan?
What do you mean?
Like, are you going to go through a phase where you do daily?
I could.
Yeah. And
I just didn't put a rule on it. I said 1,000 by the end of 10 years.
Do you know what I love, right? Okay. And people always say to me, they're like, oh, Rob, you're 31 now. You're 30 as well. They're like, are you still going to be doing YouTube in 10 years? And I'm like, the biggest YouTuber in the world, essentially, Joe Rogan, he's 54.
Bro, it's like...
I hate when people say that.
Isn't it mind-blowing? Like, I don't know if you feel the same, but the older I'm getting, the more I'm getting sharper and sharper and sharper and like more experience, and just like I'm leveling up mentally and with my words. I'm able to, like, if you listen to me talk 8 years ago, 7 years, I talk like this, and I was a little bit slower, and I like this, and I was kind of really thinking. Now, maybe it's because of the business. Maybe it's because the people I have to work with. I'm able to talk quick. I can like get my point across. And I'm just in my head. I'm understanding myself so much more.
Yeah.
Which in turn is going to help other people skip steps, right? Which is what this whole thing is about.
Yeah.
Right. It's scary how good we're going to be in 5 years.
It's
terrible. Gary Vee said it's fucking terrifying.
It's insane.
Just think when we're 50, how much built up just knowledge like we're going to have and how we'll be able to execute the contacts we're going to have. It's fucking wild.
It's nuts. I was looking at, like, that your phone gives you
maybe not be as good looking.
Yeah. No.
It's okay.
No, I was just about to say looks. Okay. I looked at a picture of me in 2018. Obviously a lot less muscle, but my face, it just doesn't look as distinguished. Like, I was like, I held up the window. I was like, how would you fuck this?
I
was like, this guy looks like a kid.
Dating a child.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this guy looks like a kid. I'm like, I would not listen to his advice. And it's like, the older you get, the more distinguished and experienced you are. Joe, who I had on the podcast, he absolutely killed it. Dorian Yates.
Fucking legend.
The absolute legend. Like, was so sharp. Didn't even stutter once.
Yeah.
And you also get to the point where, like, you give less of a fuck. Like he was talking about all the drugs he did, even like the recreational drugs he did, going around South America, doing crazy shit. Because it doesn't matter. Yeah. You know, when he gets that, he's like, oh, fucking cancel me. Doesn't matter.
And I'm already at that point.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, ask me anything. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing to hide. It's wild. Yeah. I think you can't be scared of age is just experience. That's all.
Yeah. And so you're a 1% man. Without a doubt, okay? What advice would you give to someone who wants to become a high-value man, a 1% man? So you did the podcast with Fresh and Fit, and those guys, they're big into that. So what's your advice to the manosphere, guys that want to level up?
Just stop talking about it, start doing it. Like that's all it comes down to. And that goes to, honestly, that goes to women as well that want to make something of themselves. Like all you have to do is stop, like click pause on the damn podcast and come back and finish it later, right? Or whatever you're trying to, like, stop doing so much research and getting in your head about it, because you may not think you're getting in your head about it, but you could just sit down, get your pen and paper. What's step one? And get your ass in the car and go do it, right? Like that is going to initiate everything.
This man doesn't even read books.
I don't even read books. Like I'll listen to like motivational stuff on the same speeches I've been listening to for 10 years on the way to whatever I'm trying to go do. It's like just you have to start just moving, right, and taking action towards the goal. Like get the business, get the LLC going, order your first sample, pay for the whatever. Like just get that moving and get the money to get your first property. Yeah. Make the first update, make the change, right? Like get it listed on like whatever that is, just like start doing it. Yeah. Stop fucking wasting your time, man.
And do you ever find yourself procrastinating? How do you battle it? Like
I consider myself a huge procrastinator, but I know, and I think the better term that I would call myself is a really good prioritizer. Yeah. Because I know, and I'm not procrastinating every little, it's like I'm prioritizing what I need to put focus on and what can wait, right? But procrastinating that's a detriment to entrepreneurs. That's a detriment to society. Procrastinating, because you'll wait, a day turns into a week, into a month, year, decade, then you're fucking done. Then it's gone, the window's gone.
I've seen your notes, your notions, the setup, the calendar you have on your phone. Insane. Surely that helps a good bit with your procrastination, your organization.
Well, what's funny is like what app I use the most out of anything right now is actually Things 3, but for the single feature. I don't like sort everything. Like I'll literally, you click one button and you jot down any idea you have or thing you want to do. Right. It's better to do it in an action. So I want to buy the curtains for the room. Right. And just like any moment, one click, and I'm able to type out. And anything that comes to my mind, if I don't type it, then it's kind of lingering in my mind. Yeah. Then it wastes my energy because I kind of come back and think about it multiple times. So just write it down, right? Jot it down, organize it later, sort it later, prioritize it later, put it in your list and shit. Just like get it written and get it. Yeah. If you jot it down, you don't have to think about it anymore. Yeah. If you track your macros, and actually they track them, you don't have to like worry about, am I like in this range?
Yeah, you know.
You know.
Yeah.
If you build a house, you get the measurements. Yeah. It's sick. Like, it just it alleviates more than it hurts.
My system for getting things done and productivity, okay, I'll write down, I do pen and paper, right? That's just me. You know, some people like it better. I think it's like when your motor neuron skills, when you write it down, you just remember it better. So I'll write down on a date 10 things I need to get done, okay? And the important part here is I'll write them in terms of priority. Yeah. So number one is getting fucking done no matter what. Yeah. That's non-negotiable.
Is it like personal errand? They also like, or do you do like as a whole? I need to get this YouTube video live and posted.
But that's often number one. Yeah. But so But so I'll write down anything, even like do my laundry, whatever, you know, get the cleaner in, whatever. I'll write down everything. And usually there at the bottom, you know, there's just the errands and stuff. But one is 100% getting done that day. 2 and 3, you know, most likely getting done and onwards, okay? And let's say I get as far down to number 4, well then 5 will become number 1 the next day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you're always
damn, that's
shipping.
interesting.
It's actually, I don't really see many other people doing this.
I do the big three. I'll write 10 things, but I'll write big three that have to happen.
Yeah.
And then the other ones that are other tasks I'd like to do. But a lot of times that'll lead to me just not doing any of those.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that you slot it up.
Yeah. So that it's a never ending list.
Even if it's a small thing, a smaller, like less time consuming thing, you slot it. And
I'll still get it done.
And you just add shit to the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's a rolling list, and I've never completed it.
But that's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
And now, then it's going to go to whenever you start getting more people you're working with, and right? Anything you need, anything that comes to your mind, you write it down. And then you have other names at your list. You have Rob's list.
Yeah.
Then you have their name. You have that employee. What tasks or bigger thing? What ongoing things can I put over there? Can I put over there? Can I put over here in an assistant? Can I do the dry cleaning, this, that, get the packing, luggage, this, that. Now your time's free to do bigger shit.
Do you ever feel like you've done enough, or do you ever feel fulfilled?
I feel fulfilled, right? Bro, I could die tomorrow and be so fucking happy and proud, man. Like,
it's awesome.
Like, I think it's just, I think fulfilled's not I felt fulfilled when I had 2,000 subscribers. I was like, guys, thank you so much for the support. Like, I have an army. Like, I thought,
I think I was happier when I had 2,000 subscribers.
Bro, I was on cloud 9.
Yeah.
I was, and it's just wild. Like, I've been fulfilled for a long time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just not satisfied. There's more I want to reach. There's more I want to get. There's more people that I want to give something to.
Explain to me the quote, proud but never satisfied. How'd you come up with it? What does it mean to you?
Saw it on Instagram on Simply Shredded.
Yeah.
But essentially it's the first quote I ever painted onto the gym wall. And it just kind of goes to, you need to be proud of what you've done. And you need to you understand, like, I'm happy with who I am, what I'm doing, and the actions I've done. Sick, cool. I'm not going to look back at it for too long. Right? Look back. All right, cool. I'm proud. They keep going. Right? That's all.
That's awesome.
Because if you just sit and keep waiting, keep looking at it back, and keep reminiscing to that time or that era or that whatever, it's just like you're wasting your time. It's done. Past. Things move on. Life moves on. The world don't care about you. They will for a moment, and then eventually, day by day, it's like things move on. So you just got to keep moving on.
Yeah. And so one of your goals on that 10-year video was one that was to become more present. Mm-hmm. What have you been doing in recent months to make some progress on that goal? What have you been doing to become more present?
Honestly, filming and just doing what I love. That's why the goal number 1 was 1,000 videos. Yeah. Because I knew that would make me slow down, focus on the stuff I big picture want and need in my life, so I can when I'm doing that, everything else seems to solve itself. We talked about this the other day.
Yeah, you do that one thing.
Focus on one thing. Yeah, you have less time for the bullshit. You have less time for the waste office, like the walks in the office, those little conversations that don't need to be happening. Right? It just gets eliminated. It's great. Yeah. Right? When you just focus on the thing. So being present would be focusing on the videos, and number 2, just reminding myself that I am in control of my time and where I put my time, who's in the room, right? And I'm choosing to do that, right? So every single morning, instead of going to the office first thing, 4 a.m., ready for everything that people want this, I need to do this, that manufacturer needs this. No. Yeah. Literally, I have nothing on my calendar in the morning to do whatever I need to do. If it's fucking cook breakfast and make my oats and take my time making them, that's what I'm doing, right? If it's whatever it is, right? Taking Nala for a walk, whatever the hell I want to do. Take a long shower, bro. I got a waterproof case now, so I watch videos in the shower.
Oh man, I gotta get one of them.
It's great, bro. Yeah. It's great. But just being in control of your time is, to me, being present. Yeah.
Now, recently enough as well, a couple of months ago, you made that erratic video. Mm-hmm. What was going on there? What was your current daily routine at that time that caused you to be so scatty on camera? What were you going through there? Because I watched that, and as a friend, I was worried. Even I remember Louis Armstrong, and I think Mike sent it to me as well. And they were like, what's going on with Christian here? Is he okay? That was the only time ever actually seen you like that ever.
What's wild is
what
like,
was going on behind the scenes there?
What's wild is that state of me. That's simply an overexhausted state. That state was a very frequent kind of thing during the last few years. Like Heidi wouldn't think anything else. She would just think I'm trying to get done so I can rest, right? Like, and that was after a day and a half, almost 2 days, no sleep. I had already committed to all these things. The 10-year video had dropped. Summer shredding hadn't even been announced. No information for the SSC bodybuilding. There was a show in 5 weeks coming up. No one knew what the fuck it was. No one knew anything about it. All that pressure of just like, I have to get this info out. I have no media team. I got no one helping me with this camera. I got no one helping me with this editing. I had no one. It was literally just, and I have all this work pulling me. It's like the prioritization. Like, I'd already tried to film it so many times, and I think because there was so much behind each of those 10 things, so much previous work, I'm just trying to get it out. Being exhausted, filming, staying all night, and editing that shit, like, to the best I could, and just being like, that's all I got. Like, I don't have time to refilm it. I've done it so many times already. Like, just feeling that pressure, like that was all I could. That's what I put out, and it's tough to see. It's honestly like, it's not an it's overwhelming to watch, right? And it's just like, Jesus Christ, just slow down.
Yeah.
But I would say, Jesus Christ, just don't just like go to sleep. Take it. It's okay. Yeah. A day is not going to kill you. Go to sleep. If you're not like, looking back at it, I was, oh my God. Like, even when I was editing, I was like, oh shit, this ain't it, but this is going to have to do. But instead of saying this is going to have to do, like, and not just of how other people perceive it. Like, I should have been, oh shit, I'm just gonna I need to go to fucking sleep. Because it's hurting at that point. My eyes are glazy. I'm just like fighting, right? And sadly, like, those days have happened way too frequently in the last few years. Yeah. Right. And that needs to be the last time I push myself to that level.
Yeah. It was like a bottleneck. You were trying to pour so much water out of this, like, a small, narrow tunnel. Yeah. And it all just came out like crazy, wrong. But what have you been doing since then to, get out and not have those frequent states? Sleep,
the
like,
same
come on.
As a be present. Right?
Okay, yeah.
It's the mornings, I'm in charge of my time to myself. I'm, building a big thing that people don't understand, like the people part. When you invest a lot of time into, like, say, a whole department head, right, and you're building this stuff, and then that falls through. Yeah. Right. And which has happened many times in the last few years, restructures, things like that. Like, I'm still doing a lot of those responsibilities of Alphalete, social media, all these kind of like things I'm not done with that phase, the building phase, right? And it's also like the amount I'm operating just for that one company is a lot, but it's getting there. We're getting the head. It's like, we can't rush the hiring process. You can't rush the team building process. Like, it's better to hire, like, for every one good person that, like, comes to your team that actually takes stuff off your plate, you're going to go through 9 other ones that don't, and that fuck shit up, and that cause chaos. So it's like, I know that process is going to be a longer thing, but for me, it's like taking action to initiate my media team, right? Which has happened now. Just started like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Now I'm have help getting content out. Number 2, think people like Kirby, right? Yeah. Really taking the time to be sure, like, that relationship is rock solid, so she can take all of that, like, the content, right, off of me. The social media, that's going to go under her as well, eventually, when we find the right part, right? So, like, a lot of these things are getting put in play now. Yeah. So it's just it's a process, man. But it's it's definitely. Yeah, it's a lot.
Have you ever, or would you ever consider going to therapy? I've never gone. I'm just, just wondering. I think we probably. I would love to
get like. I think I'm just. I'm my own worst enemy for sure. Yeah. Because I just keep putting more on my plate.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting for, like, some guys like us to go to therapy. Yeah. Like, I think it's kind of like getting a personal trainer for your brain, and there is always, like, we're like, we don't need it, and we wouldn't even think about it. Like, that wouldn't be even on my to-do list. But I think it would be awesome for you, especially to do. You know, you definitely need to iron out your thoughts a little bit, and I think it would be cool. Either that or go on a week-long bender.
Bro, for me, the Cayman's 3 weeks. When I do that, the trip, or even like I had a reset for my birthday. Me and Heidi went to Park City, right, for 8-9 days. Didn't do a fucking thing. And like those moments, like as long as I have those incrementally, like. But maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe I'm using those like one moments at those single moments.
Yeah, like you should space them out a little bit. Like, you know, you should do like
you should do it.
You should have weekends.
Yeah, you should have weekends, right? So it's getting a schedule that's going to work, but it's also just tough. The people part is tough, man. Because no one can really relate to the capacity of a lot of it.
See, like I don't know anyone else like you who does on your level.
Either.
Like,
maybe there's a reason. It's like I'm in some territory that. If it is too much, I'm going to have to trim down and be okay trimming down. Yeah, I'm going to I'll have to be okay postponing an upload for fucking 2 days if I need to. Yeah, right. I need to be okay with like maybe a video edit not having that final like critique that I wanted to see happen, right? And just like pushing it through because big picture, it's totally good. Yeah, it does. I don't need to be that. I don't need to be that fucking like turning every stone every single time. Yeah. And that's what I need to grow on. Yeah.
And so when you're finished prep, have you got any like big travel plans or anything?
Yep. Can't talk about it yet though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Nice. Okay. Nice. Ooh, I'm serious. Yeah. But me and Linda, so I'm yet to go. Like obviously I competed on Sunday, but this week
you need to like.
I know that was the longest monk mode I ever did. Like since February really. So it's about 4 months. For no date nights, pretty much none. Yeah. But it was like amazing. Like I feel I earned it. I remember I went to Alphalete afterwards. I went to Tulum last year in January 22 or something. And I was building this house at the time.
And you feel you can't shut off?
I couldn't shut off. I couldn't fully enjoy it.
Because you haven't earned it.
I kept saying to myself, I was like, Rob, you didn't earn this. You're just building a fucking luxury villa in Marbella. You know, you need to like do some. I wasn't uploading enough. You need to put out more content. It was honestly a horrible feeling. Yep. It was not good. I mean, like the best place ever. Obviously, still had a great time, but there was an underlying thing, just guilt at me every single day. And now the last 4 months, I feel
earned
content.
Yeah, and you can enjoy the vacation.
I feel so good. Like I beat the trip. I'm gonna actually enjoy this villa. Like I was thinking, right, because like where else would we go in Europe really, to get a villa like this? But I'm gonna do a week holiday at home. Yeah. So I'm hardly gonna go on my phone. Not gonna worry about calls and uploading and everything. And I'm gonna treat this place as if I rented it for the week.
Nice. Put your phone out, put it somewhere you can't get it.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. And I'm just going to take
Linda will help you with that.
Yeah. I'm going to take off, a week and just spend it in Marbella and just really enjoy it. But we still got the Alphalete video to film.
And what's wild, like just how we saw like in earning the vacation. Yeah. I think that's absolutely something to earning the time, earning the night's sleep, earning being sure that whatever you're doing the day, you're pushing yourself to be able to just feel like content. Like when I go home at 8:30, right, and I'm chilling with Heidi, I'm chilling with Heidi. Like I'm not working. I'm not on my phone. If I am, I'm watching some random stupid meme or like funny cat video or some shit. Like I'm not in that mindset. And like you have to earn the time. You have to earn the relaxation. I think. And you have to earn, or else like if you're like me or like you, like it's just gonna eat at you, right? It's gonna eat at you. Just like shit. I really, I was kind of fucking around all day. Like I didn't finish this or like Alphalete build. I'm like not done yet. I'm not open. I'm still like draining. Everything's draining. Like I need to be there. Then be there. If you need to be there, then be there. Right? And that's okay to be there. Like it's okay to fucking work. Yeah. It's okay. It's fine.
Let's go.
Don't give in to the just because some people need different levels of scheduling your work, schedule whatever that shit is, right? That's not always you. Do what you need for you, is the biggest thing, I think.
Too many people celebrating with nothing to celebrate.
What the fuck you celebrating?
Why are you popping bottles?
Why are you Yeah, what are you doing?
Get back to work. You live in your mom's basement.
and get back to work. And yeah, it's all relative, man. But it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Do you find always, being on the go, how does this affect your relationships, be it in past or current? Definitely current, because this is the most full on you've ever been. But how do you balance like relationships and work?
It's a good question. I mean, honestly, like the friends I've got are the friends, like that seems to, as I'm getting older, kind of be more clear and be more precise of who I can always know I can count on, right? And of course, you invest time into those relationships. You be sure like it's a two-way street, right? If you don't put anything into a relationship, you can't expect that to last long, right? Or you can't expect that to always be like strong. But with me and Heidi, like, bro, what's so cool is she's in a phase right now where she's building, new, but we book our travel to be like in sync. So she's been gone for 11 days. Right, she's in LA doing all this stuff, new teams, new developers, and things like that. And meanwhile, like I'm here focusing on what I need to focus on. Yeah. But when we come back together, right? Yeah, it's like if she came here, she wouldn't be able. That wouldn't be right. I know that wouldn't be right for her. She needs to be doing her shit. Yeah. And I need to be doing my shit here. As long as that's understood and like discussed, and we're trying to, at least see some FaceTime every few days or so. We don't text all day at all, bro. Yeah. Like, we don't need that, like, at all. Like, we can go a while without talking. Yeah. But we know we're fucking great. Yeah. I know I trust her. She trusts me. We're golden. Good. And then when you don't see each other for a while, you see each other again, it's fiery. It's fiery. Yeah. Exactly. It's fiery. And I know, like, when I get bits, like, then I'm prep mode. Yeah. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to, like, bring and be sure I'm giving attention to her, right? Doing special, like, little things, man. Like, that's all. Yeah. You just got to put it on your list. add on the list, right? Yeah, yeah. Right? Do a thoughtful note, right? Write a thoughtful note for Linda, right? Just, you have to incorporate it into your system, or else, like, you can't expect anything to operate if that's how you operate. Yep. And speaking of prep, how's the sex drive and the day life being on prep? Others say like while away. Yeah, yeah. No, he's been keeping it in his pants. He's good. I never really have any problems. Yeah, me neither. But people. I think lots in your head. Yeah, me too. One thing I'm like, in the final peak week and stuff, just because I'm always thinking about the competition, I just wouldn't be. It's just energy going. Yeah, it's just energy, but it's not like shit stops working or anything. Yeah. I know that does happen to a lot of guys. Lingerie on, good to go. Yeah, exactly. All right, there he goes. And sip of 3D. Yeah. Pop Cialis pump. And so you've been in a very long relationship with Heidi, like what, 7 years? Almost 7, yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. So what are some keys to keep a long-term relationship going like that? That's like, this is not 5 years, it's 7 years. Like that's over half a decade. It's a long time. Get married, then it's another third. I know, yeah. So what are your tips for long-term relationship? Any long-term relationship, I would just say being sure that it has to be like the most real you can get with the person. You have to be able to like literally speak, and when something's bothering you, be able, or if something happens that bothers you, or some instance, like whatever the shit is, like just don't bottleneck anything. Yeah. Right. Addressing things and not in an aggressive way, just like bringing it up and making it a discussion. Right. Like I think that's always number one. Don't hold things back. And then number two is going to be, like I said, being sure that you're inserting time and you're doing, you're like, you shouldn't be able to look back and say, damn, the CG like 4 years ago, he would have probably done this for her. Yes. Like, don't let it slip, fellas. You can't let it slip. You can't let your old self outdo your current self. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. Right? Think of it like a business play. You can't get outworked by your old self. Yeah. You got to be sure in moment, you're still leveling that up in certain ways. Right. Yeah. So I would say that. Yeah. Me and Linda were talking about this, and one thing that I think people look at it as a vain metric, but we don't think it's true at all. Stay sexy. Yeah. Stay in shape. Mm-hmm. Honestly, keep hitting the gym, focus on your appearance, like dress nice. Like so many people, myself included, being in relationships before, and you're wearing fucking like a stained tee and a pair of like cotton shorts and flip flops around the house all day. And
fix up, look sharp. You know,
Look
I
sharp,
think
take care of yourself.
yeah, I think that
Rifles.
I think that's a huge one as well.
And distance is good too. And distance is, I think, being sure there's like days, time frames in the year where like you're not, you're in your those other relationships you need to nurture, friendships, like any of those kind of things. You have to go do that, and your person doesn't always have to be with you.
Yeah.
Right. Because like you want them to have separate. You want them to have things on their own as well.
Yeah.
And if that is the case, and you both like support that for each other, then I think when you do come together, there's more of the fire, there's more desire. Right?
Definitely. And especially if you're a guy, if you're like a Labrador and always just, you know, on every go, it's the most unattractive thing ever.
Yeah. No Labrador shit. Just like no way, none of that. Guy. Just literally do your shit.
Yeah.
Do your shit, respect your woman, and that be that, man. And level yourself up. And be a good fucking man, provide and do your thing. Right?
Yeah. And so what are your thoughts on marriage in modern times? You know, because I've got a few different takes on it. And, you know, it's what something me and Linda have been talking about recently. But what's your thoughts on getting married? You know, do you want to settle down, marry? Do you care about the ring, the government paper? What do you think?
You know, like when I try to really dissect the marriage thing, I'm not going to lie. To me, it doesn't. You know, there are a lot of things about it. It's like, why would I? And you get kind of in your head and like logistically, I'm like, why the fuck would I? Like, but recently, it's more of like, okay, I know this is what Heidi, and Heidi wants, and she has. We talk about it. It's a topic of discussion, right?
Yeah.
And you can't just be one of those like. If it's going to make your partner happy, and if you don't see like, well, why not? Like I can't do it because of that. That's against my belief. Like, shut the fuck. Like is it going to fucking kill you?
No.
It's not going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Right. And that's one of the things where it's like, if it's going to be, I want to make her happy. Right. So I would love to get married soon, right?
Okay, awesome.
That's I want kids, bro.
Yeah,
we
need some mini CGs.
I definitely want kids, bro.
Yeah,
a kid first, and then see how it goes.
Yeah. Do you know what I think? I
want a kid more than marriage. Like,
I'm
me
ready
too.
For a kid now. So what I'm about to say is I think the whole benefit to getting married is the kids. Now let me explain. You can obviously have kids outside of marriage, right? But in today's day and age, especially with social media, it's easy to fucking get up and go. It's easy to just switch around, but there's a reason why marriage makes it hard to split up. You have to go to court. You have to get an annulment. You have to do all this. You share each other's second name. I think it's more important than ever because in today's day and age, we all just look at where the grass is greener. Yeah. We're all easy to hop off. You're just, hey, whatever, I'm going to go on to the next one. And I think that's the benefit of marriage is it's tough to leave and it'll make you guys talk it out.
Yeah.
And sort shit out. And then in turn, you're going to have a better family environment. So I don't care about the government piece of paper or the ring. I think the whole benefit is to have a safe, secure family and for the kids.
Yeah.
Because I'm Rob Lips at the 4th. Yeah. I want Rob Lips at the 5th.
That's wild.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. My dad loved himself so much he named himself after me. But like, I really want kids as well. What is
kids
your
or a kid?
Probably like I have 3 older sisters, so there's like 4 of us in total, and like I like it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Exactly. I'd love probably 3-4 kids. Yeah,
all just kind of same time, like pretty close time frame.
Yeah, I think so. So the gap between me and my youngest sister, is 7 years.
Oh,
so I was definitely an accident. Yeah. But they're all within 1 year.
You should watch Matt August's story.
Oh man,
he's got like.
I know he's
like trying to work. There's 2 kids like running around. He's got a baby on. He's like, it's wild. I'm like, man. And I know how distracted. I know how like I need those noise canceling. In order to like kind of operate. And my home is kind of like my safe space now. Yeah. So it's like 100%, right? See how it goes. But like having in a short time span multiple, got to see how the first one goes.
Man, I think if you got. I hate to say this, if you got enough cashola, it solves everything. Just get a really good, get a whole team of minders. Like Jing McGregor, I was watching the McGregor documentary.
I want to be there though, man. I want to be there mentally, like physically. I just want to be able to like have my team sorted and the business shit sorted to where I can just actually just like pay the coach to be the assistant so I can be the assistant coach,
Yeah.
and like enjoy the game and just like not give a fuck about the foam and know like nothing's getting on fire and it's going to burn. I think, so yeah, that's pretty good. I want kids soon, man. Honestly, I'm good.
And so on the note of kids, what type of legacy do you want to leave behind?
On kids or kind of, I mean,
and like, no, in terms of like how many people you impact, like when
as
people
many as I
think
can before I go.
When people think of Christian Guzman and people bring up your name in 30 years, what do you want people to think? What do you want people to say? I would say that's the guy that changed the fitness industry. He built the biggest gym. He made the biggest community. Do you know what I think about Alphalete as well? It's one of the reasons I'm so loyal to the brand. You can say there's bigger brands like Nike, Gymshark, whatever. I don't think there's a bigger community.
There's not.
No, there's not. Like I really would confidently say that it's the biggest community. Not only does it have physically a physical space, not only is it the biggest, but I think there's something like if two people are wearing Alphalete or I'm wearing Alphalete in the gym, people always come up to me and say like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, Rob, how's it going?" I think if two people wear if two people wear Nike, it's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
But even like with other brands like, Gymshark or whoever, which are amazing, I just don't think there's the same level of community. Like,
and kind of a deeper kind of fucking dive into myself, like thinking is the reason that's so strong. It's because it has to be correlated to how tied in I am, right? And therefore, I ain't gonna lose that community. That's like I won't sacrifice any of the company directions or the way we do things or like the attention to detail. So it becomes it's an internal battle.
Yeah,
it's like right, and I know I'm building my team slowly, but I know I'm always gonna be involved. I never want to just like go and let someone take the reins. I would like a CEO eventually, and how right, but to make operate decisions. But I'm still overlooking that shit.
I don't think you'll ever retire.
I don't need to be CEO of this brand, or this company, then Alphalete, then this company, and that. Yeah. Right? I'll never retire.
Yeah.
No, I want to be always going. And I feel like if I pull away too much, if I allocate too much, that's where shit goes bad.
I think that'll lose that sense of community. As soon
as you sell a piece, or if you want to do that, or you get someone in to bring that, it's like that's where. And so I'm good holding a lot of pressure on myself because it's worth it to me. Even if we stay the exact same size, I can make things more efficient. Yeah. I can put things off my plate a lot right now and stay the same size we are and be golden. So like the content sort of state where I'm more enjoying the moment, like that's in. The sights are there. I can see it because I know the very simple things I need to do to get there, right? If I want to scale 4x, 5x, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But I don't give a fuck about scaling 5x. I really don't.
You're in it for the community.
I'm in it to keep it tight. Keep it tight, keep it like exciting, keep it fun, keep it personable, and build good people, man.
Yeah, even the way you look at like the athletes that you work with and get on the team, it's like what you just said there is just the God honest truth.
Yeah,
truth. Like you love the team.
I love the fucking team. They're all my best friends. They are my friends.
We're only friends. Don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, like that's it.
So on the community note, how do you think, like, why do you think Alphalete became this like family compared to like some other brands that would probably try to replicate it but can't? Like, why did Alphalete just click it off?
Rob Lipset.
I am an Alphalete athlete.
Bro, I mean, I really think it's because those relationships are everything.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day in 2016, 2017, like, we didn't invest into anybody, especially like more so then than even now. But like we test out a fair amount of people with affiliate codes and things like that. But you don't see us traveling to fucking like across the country for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. To come and focus on one, like those people that we choose to really, really invest into, like they live the whatever the brand like wants to be, the messaging, like you whatever you're doing, whatever those people are doing in their daily routine and how they hold themselves, they are an Alphalete.
Yeah,
right? And we just want to like invest, really trim down in who are those people. So like just putting time into getting to know everyone, right? Like World Tour, Amsterdam, fucking like doing shit that like we've never, just experiencing all that kind of stuff. Like I think keeping it tight, more people's not always better, bigger's not always better. More revenue's not always better. It's just like spend good time with people.
You know, you mentioned the world tour, right? The last point that I've got jotted down, and it was, what are some of the best moments that we've had together?
World tour.
The world tour, man.
Yep.
So for anyone listening, there's a story. It's me, you, and Marine. Okay, there was a moment, and there's a photo of it. I'll see if I can find it.
On the water.
It's over the water. We're sitting there. It's got to be 10 a.m. We've been partying.
I think it was like 7:30, 8 a.m. Sun's up. We're like, wow.
It was very bright. People were in suits walking to work, and we are just coming in from the best night of our life. We're looking like zombies. We're laughing though. We're in Amsterdam.
Go catch a flight.
Yeah. And I think that was my favorite Christian Guzman moment.
And then London was the second one.
Yeah.
London that was the second. Right? And honestly, like, this is going to be up there too. And because it's, yeah, man, we grew up together.
We did. We really did.
Wow.
Yeah. No, we actually did. It's like we kind of met when we were like, kids, like, 21. Like, that's your life.
Yep.
You're a baby at 18. You're still a kid.
Yep.
And that's, so we've grown up
and
together.
And we are living our, like, this isn't a click record and like turn on the show. Like, this is actually our life.
This is actually it.
You can't turn it off. And we're cool with it. And this is our, like, I'm about to go to Greece with Alex for his wedding, like throwing his bachelor party. It's like, man, you never, and he was just a summer starting competitor that came in with a sick physique. Like, you never really realize like what people are going to, what position they're going to kind of evolve into in your life, right?
Yeah.
So appreciate you, man.
It's absolutely nuts. Christian, pull it here. Fucking love it, bro.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, perfect timing. But here, that was absolutely unbelievable. I'm pumped. I'm motivated.
Fuck yeah. Go enjoy that week, though.
Yeah, no, I will. We're going to date night tonight as well.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But so wait, last one, right? The podcast is called The Game Plan. What has been your game plan for success?
Do a little better than I did yesterday. That's it.
Boom. Done. Christian, pull in there. I love you, bro.